Hi parents, welcome to video installment 13 of the Kids in Trance program. I'm John Jacobson, author and founder of the Kids in Trance program. Welcome again to our video series. In this particular session today, which will be a short session, I want to show you how to teach your children and teens to relax anytime, anywhere, without the use of drugs and without your help. I want to show you a strategy to help them relax anytime, anywhere, without the use of drugs, without your help. And I think you're going to find it very, very beneficial. Last week, in last week's video session, video number 12, we discussed a strategy that's called the thumb on forehead strategy. That's where you as a parent program or download into your child or teen the information to use the thumb on the forehead as a trigger mechanism to get them into deep, relaxed levels anytime, anywhere. So you would place your thumb on their forehead, they would close their eyes, take a deep breath, and instantly relax and go into deep levels. This is great in an emergency type situation, or if you need to get them to deep levels to work on a specific issue or problem. But now here's the difference. Last week's thumb on forehead strategy is a strategy for family use only that you need to apply on your child and teen. You need to apply it with them. You need to be present. What I want to share with you today is a strategy that the child or teen can use on their own to relax anytime, anywhere, and to gain control without your help. And this strategy is called the index finger and the thumb strategy, also called the OK sign. And the OK sign, or the thumb and index finger strategy, comes from years and years of yogic tradition. You may have seen pictures or videos of gurus and yogis meditating, and you'll notice as they meditate and go into deep levels, they always have their fingers together on either hand. It could be the thumb and the index finger, or the thumb and the middle finger, and they meditate like that. Well, I like to use the OK sign, especially when we're dealing with children, and we can use the Kids in Trance program to download information into your child or teen that from now on, any time in the future, should they ever be stressed or be involved in some type of anxiety type situation, or nervous or fearful, all they're going to need to do without our help, you and I don't have to be there, they need to touch their index finger and thumb together like this. And the moment they do that, that will turn into a trigger to program their body, brain, and mind to instantly relax and give them control, to help them gain control over the situation at hand. Which, by the way, again, it'll be very, very beneficial for them. So here is what needs to happen. In order for this to work, and in order for this to stick so that the child gets optimum results, in order for it to become a trigger mechanism, this needs to be programmed into your child. The child needs to practice it for 7 nights in a row as they're falling asleep. So one more time. In order for this to get deep enough for it to work, in order for it to become a trigger mechanism, or psychologists call it a conditioned response, this needs to be reinforced or practiced for 7 nights in a row. And here's how it works. The child or teen are getting into bed and they're falling asleep nice and comfortable, and all you need to tell them is, as you're falling asleep, as you're getting comfortable and relaxing in bed, all I need you to do is keep your thumb and index finger together like this, like the OK sign, and just kind of keep it under the covers or by your side, or maybe they sleep and their hands are under the pillow like this. It just doesn't matter, as long as they're drifting asleep, their fingers are touching. They don't have to be pressing, they don't have to be squeezing, they just have to touch. And obviously, as the child or teen falls asleep, as they drift off, obviously the fingers will disconnect. But the point is, if they do that for 7 nights in a row, with those 2 fingers joined like that, that will become a trigger mechanism, so that any time they join their fingers together like that, that will send a signal to the brain and subconscious to recreate how the body and mind felt last time it was like that, which is a trigger mechanism. And in this particular instance, it would be instant physical and mental relaxation. So from now on, any time in the future, after the 7 days have gone by and the information's gone pretty deep, If they're ever stressed or involved in any type of situation where they're fearful or they're nervous or they're not feeling confident, it's as simple as they touch their thumb and their index finger together inconspicuously. Can be by their side or in their pocket. Doesn't have to be like this. I'm just doing that to demonstrate for you. And the moment they do that, their body and mind will physically and mentally relax. Their eyes will be wide open, and they'll be in perfect control, absolute control of the situation. So now let me do this one more time. In order to help your child or teen relax physically and mentally anytime, anywhere without the use of drugs and while you're not there, for the next 7 nights in a row as they're drifting off asleep, all I want you to ask them to do is keep their 2 fingers together like this, thumb and index finger, either hand, it does not matter. And as they're drifting off, the fingers are touched. Their body, their brain, their mind begins to associate this body posture with deep physical and mental relaxation, which is called a conditioned response. So from that point, any time in the future, should they ever need to be in control or relaxed, it's as simple as touch the fingers together and the body and mind will simply relax. They'll be calm and in control. Why? Because that's a signal to the brain to recreate how the body and mind felt last time this happened. It's a very powerful tool. I was teaching a class yesterday, as a matter of fact, and we had a bunch of parents where we're talking about the index finger and thumb. I call it, again, the OK sign. And their children were using it, and teens were using it in high school to help them overcome the jitters, for taking tests and so on. A lot of them freeze up when they take a test. So it's as simple as you get the test in front of you. They maybe start to panic or get nervous. They put those 2 fingers together like this, index finger and thumb, and instantly they'll relax. They'll be in greater control. They'll be able to take the test, and answers that may have escaped them because they were nervous and tense, okay, all of a sudden the answers will flow because their body and mind are much more relaxed. Child has a panic attack. It's as simple as they can join the 2 fingers together like this and get back in control. Because when they touch the fingers, the body and mind will relax, the thought processes will slow down, and when the mind is relaxed, it's very, very difficult for the mind to be anxious at the same time. So there are many, many applications for this thumb and index finger strategy. It's something your child will have to practice on their own and develop, proficiency in. But it will help them tremendously. I hear and see success story in my seminars and in my emails. So practice it and write to me and let me know how it's working. Once again, if this is great information for you and you're finding benefit, please share the Kids in Trance program with your friends and family and relatives and neighbors and so on. I want to do everything I can to get as much of this information out as possible so that these kids and our teens can be in greater control and be more successful in their lives. My goal is that my children turn out better than I do and don't make the mistakes that I made. I'm sure that's your goal too. Be sure they check out kidsintrance.com. Thank you very, very much, folks. I love working with you, and I'll see you next week for video 14. Thank you very much.